Molweni, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please feel at home, and if you're a returning subby, much appreciated. Thank you so much for coming back. Guys, today we're talking about how you can start an events business with no money. Yes, you can start a business with zero capital. I've done it. I've advised a few people on how to do this, so I know it works. Don't assume that you've done your due diligence. By due diligence is that you've established your target market, you've established your business plan, you've done your market research, you are so ready and so eager to start. But the one thing that's holding you back is that mali, or you're just unfortunate enough to not have access to funding or able to save up. So I'll make a reference to me personally, as I did use what I'm about to teach you partially because I was able to start my business with some cash injection in the beginning. But I did reach a stumbling point when my business grew and I did not have money. Don't blame me, guys. You start a business and you're a bit naive and you start to spend and you don't really save what you're supposed to save. So looking back, I'm happy though, because I learned a lot of things about business from my young ways. That you need to, first of all, identify how much is your package that you want to offer to your clients. And how you do this is you start by building relations. So you look around your area and you look for companies or people or networks that you can get into where people are outsourcing the equipment. A lot of companies that solely work on hiring out the equipment to event planners, which is what I did. I got in touch with ABC Hire. They're based in Makwande, Xavier, and I got very friendly immediately because I'm such a nice person, with the manager Chris and also with the owner Sean. So they used to help me with my kiddies stuff sometimes when I needed a few things, specifically a jumping castle, because wow guys, I have no desires of owning that thing and easy. So I always used to go there often, well, every single time I need a jumping castle, which was every other weekend. That's where I would go to get my jumping castle. So I built a relationship with the guys there. I started out with events for kids, so kids parties, but obviously you build relationships with your clients, and if you service them well, they stick with you, you become friends. I mean, you keep up with them, you chat to them. Now they're in your WhatsApp, they can see the things you post, you get friendly. And that started me getting referrals to start doing adult events. At first I was a bit uneasy about it because I wasn't prepared, guys. And more than anything, I had not saved up. I started my business naive. Start businesses do. Not that we're not smart about it, just that we start businesses as side hustles and not with the eventual plan that we want to live off our businesses. I did not have any savings back then. My issue came when the business had to now grow into adult events. I did not have any adult equipment and I did not have the money to go buy anything. So then I had to use my smarts. So I went back to ABC Hire and I literally screen grabbed every single page of price list. I sat down and I saw, obviously I had searched baby showers, adult events and all those things. At this point I knew what I needed to establish a package. So I jotted down my things, from tables to chairs to napkins, all the way to napkin runners. So here's an example. Don't hold me to these numbers, guys. ABC charges me 50 Rand for a trestle table. I would then put it down as 60 Rand. ABC Hire charges me 5 Rand for a Tiffany chair. I would place it down for 6 Rand. ABC Hire charges me 1 Rand for a napkin. I will put it down for 1 Rand 50. I think you guys are getting what I'm trying to do here. And so eventually, let's just say for argument's sake, the package then comes down to 3,000 Rand. So that 3,000 Rand that I would now be liable to ABC Hire for all the things that I needed would be what is called a cost service. The money that it costs for me to service the client round number 3,000 rand. That's my cost to service. What then I had to establish was, from the cost to service, how much am I now going to charge my client? All right. And a lot of things go into how much you will charge the client from the 3,000 rand, that ABC is charging me to service the client. So you want to account for things such as petrol. You want to account for things such as time, data, airtime, manpower. All these things are factors, and also a small markup, because guys, we're not playing. We're trying to build sustainable income revenues, correct? So again, guys, don't hold me to these numbers. So ABC then tells me that Lwando, cost of service roughly 3,000 rand. From the 3,000 rand, I will then say I add 1,000 rand over. So 1,000 rand is the money that I want to get paid for doing the party. So then the package that I will sell to the client will be 4,000 rand, knowing full well that 3,000 rand is how much will go to ABC. 1,000 rand then goes to me. And that is my payment, that is my fee, that is my profit, and anything else that I make after, guys. There are some pros and cons to this method. Drawbacks to this one is that you don't own everything, guys. Remember, you're playing the middleman. You have ABC hire and you have the client. Another drawback is that you're not making the most amount of profit, or you're not maximizing the most amount of profit, because your profit margin is squeezed in between your cost to service and your package price. And thirdly, guys, this is not something that you can do or commit to doing for more than a year. The whole emphasis of this video is that we want to try and build business. The benefits of doing this process, guys, is that number one, you will never ever ever have to worry about space, storage, washing up, cleaning up, tidying up, dropping off, lifting. Guys, there's so much that goes into owning equipment. Seeing that the carrying and cleaning and making sure everything is neatly tied up every time you hire it out. So when there's an ABC and you're just the middleman, when you collect, you take it back. Another benefit is that it came with cutting costs for me. So I did not have to worry about overheads. I did not have to worry about trucks, delivery, petrol, lifting, the physical labor that just goes into hosting an event. I didn't have to worry about that because I outsourced everything. So I pay ABC. ABC gets their guys in their truck to the venue. They offload. I only arrive with my friend. We tidy up everything, put everything in their boxes, store everything next to the house, and ABC would come collect either the next day or the same day, depending on what they're doing. The biggest advantage, guys, of all of this, and why, even if you do have money to start a business, I hugely support you partially doing this, is that it will offer you the biggest range of equipment in the beginning of your. I was using ABC. I had literally a whole catalog of equipment to use. All my events were always different. Same thing with my kiddos events. I didn't always have the same jumping castle. They had about 20 castles that every time that I could hire from them, I could say, can I have the 3-in-1? Can I have the blue and pink? Can I have the red and blue? Can I have the list goes on. You charge a client 4,000 rand. Then there's ABC. ABC is charging you 3,000 rand. Now between these two things, you're only making 1,000 rand. Now in the beginning, guys, 1,000 rand profit for doing an event is a huge deal. It is huge, guys. I still know event planners 2 years, 3 years into events who host them and are still making a loss. And the reasoning for that is because number one, they don't know how to price. I should actually have another episode about how to price. I'm gonna write it down. I promise I'm gonna do this. They don't know how to price, and they have not learned what I'm about to tell you now. And that is, guys, you need to feed the business. It is a whole 1,000 rand that you more than me here. Eventually, you need to become a big girl and you need to start growing. So now, what we want to do is, so 12 months into the business, you've been doing this, you've been great, you've been getting your 1,000 rands, and from the 1,000 rand you are saving, what you do is from the 1,000 rand that you are getting, making the profits from your business, you take from that money and you start saving it. Not in your bank account. You open a savings account, guys, for your business, and you start putting money. So if you're making 1,000 rand, at the very least, I want you to be saving 500 rand into that business savings account, and then leave the rest in the normal check account. So then what I started doing, guys, I started getting smart. I know to the man, you know what, I'm actually making money. This is so easy, but I'm not owning anything. I want to be the girl. I want to be making money. I was not growing. I was not making the money that I wanted to make. Was the fact that I was still playing the middleman. And the only way you can make money in events is when you own your things. So that's when I got smart. Next time then a client would book me. Remember now, guys, I've had a whole year plus doing this. So I had that I was saving, right? Don't commit me to, don't hold me to the numbers, right? 500, selling in numbers. There's a 500 that I was putting aside. So then when the client now would book me for an event, I started buying my own things. So from the 1,000 rand that I would make, I committed to say for each event that I do now, I'm going to buy the things that I need for that event. Not all of them, but I will commit to at least buying one thing for myself that I will now own. I started buying my things. So then what I would do is I started with the small things. I had everything from ABC, but the napkins, the napkin runner, I bought myself. The next time I would have an event, if it was a child for a boy and I needed blue napkins, I would go and buy my own napkins and buy my own runner. You understand? Then the next time I'd have an event, whatever vases I needed or vases I want for that event, I would buy them. And then the next time, whatever I needed for that event, I would buy it. So it started very small, from napkins to table runners to vases to cutlery. And by cutlery, you know, guys, you know in events you use napkins is every color imaginable. Cutlery, it's silver, it's gold, it's rose gold. Now there's two-toned. Two-toned has also its own color. It's just a never-ending thing. Eventually, I started getting to a point where I only started taking tables and chairs from ABC up until I stopped completely to go. And the day that I did go there, I was stuck. I don't remember what I needed. They were so inspired by my story of how I had grown from outsourcing from them to now fully fledged and owning and running an events business and owning Izinto Zam. And also, guys, with owning your things, you're also able to hire them out to other planners and you actually get more money. So when you buy equipment, it's not always, it's an investment. Comment and let me know how you plan on using all this information to get your business up. I really hope you can find this to be helpful. Like I said, please do comment, send me the feedback. Please don't forget to subscribe and join the family. Until next time, mwah.